Downtown Raleigh versus downtown Durham. It's a closer comparison than you may think, and we break it down in under 5 minutes. Let's go. Right off the bat, you'll notice a stark difference between downtown Raleigh and Durham. While it's not an overly impressive skyline, Raleigh has a much more distinguishable skyline and feels newer in general, whereas Durham has some high-rises, generally has a much lower average building height, and mostly has a very historic and vintage feel. In Durham, you will really feel the theme of supporting local business, and it prides itself on celebrating diversity. And there is so much more history preserved in Durham through its American Tobacco campus and a large number of older warehouses now turned into entertainment spaces. Raleigh honestly has a wide variety, as it too has a very shop local theme to its core, as there are so many different locally owned shops and restaurants that each bring a unique flair. Its core will feel a little more corporate overall and has newer 21st century looking high-rises with all glass going up left and right. But there are locations such as the Warehouse District, along with numerous government buildings like the state capitol, that have also quite a bit of history preserved. So both have similar options. Durham has just committed more to its historic feel, while Raleigh has done a good job maintaining it for its size, but also has newer vibes mixed in. Now, possibly the most important topic, which has better food. Now, this is in the eye of the beholder, but the key difference is that Durham has an abundance of authentic international food offerings. Not that Raleigh doesn't have great international restaurants, because it does, and honestly, it has much more than most people initially give it credit for, but Durham is on another level. So if you enjoy trying different foods from a wide variety of cultures, you should really visit Durham. Beyond Raleigh's international offerings, it does have some very popular and historic restaurants as well, like Mecca and Pool's Diner, and it also has an edge in its American cuisine, especially when it comes to barbecue joints. Moving into another critical category with the largest difference between the two downtowns, and that's the nightlife. Both downtowns do have pretty decent breweries, so I would say overall they are equal for craft beer lovers. But when it comes to late night entertainment, Durham is known more for its cocktail lounges and cozy low-key bar settings, whereas Raleigh also has the lower-key bar setting, but definitely has more of your traditional nightclub. So if you're looking for great cocktails and a relaxed vibe, Durham has some really great options. And if you're looking for higher energy bars and clubs with a mix of lower key spots as well, downtown Raleigh is the place for you. Along the same lines as nightlife, downtown Durham and Raleigh both have different entertainment offerings. Durham has the only major sports team located within downtown itself in the AAA baseball Durham Bulls, which is a major draw for Durham and one that Raleigh sorely lacks. Durham also has the D-PAC, which is a pretty large indoor concert and show theater, as well as a number of smaller venues for more local music. It also has several locations with barcades and yard games. Raleigh's main entertainment draw is the Red Hat Amphitheater, which has a beautiful backdrop of downtown Raleigh and its famed Shimmer Wall, and it has great concerts. The convention center brings in a wide variety of conventions as well. Raleigh also has two top-notch museums in the Museum of History and the Museum of Natural Sciences that earned it the nickname of the Smithsonian of the South. And from an event standpoint, Raleigh definitely takes the prize here, as it hosts many large events throughout the year in comparison to Durham, which does have its own events, just not to the scale of Raleigh. And for those looking to live in downtown, the average rent in downtown Raleigh is around $1,750, while the average rent in downtown Durham is $1,850. Durham is just completing its brand new 27-story Novus building, but in general, most of Durham's downtown living involves 4 to 5-story complexes, while Raleigh has quite a few more high-rise options. For full guides on both downtowns, check out the videos linked above. Thank you for watching.